is jumping into this second game.
Oh, it's not because it's so random.
No, actually, that would do 69. All right, so he may or may not be ahead in the series. He does, however, have his main race for this, so this is probably going to be good for him. In the bottom right, it's Lillekanin.
In the top right, he may or may not be winning this. It's the Big Baron FuriOus.
Oh, this is so stupid. You know what? This is one of those days I really wish we didn't have a stream delay. But because of how much more important it is to have a delay in a random versus random tournament, we have to use it. But, yeah, this is... I never thought I would introduce a player like that. But there you go. Nailed it. 10 out of 10. Or 9 out of 9. I don't know. So the winner of this moves on to fight against a player named Monty. I had mentioned that before, just assuming it was going to be Lillekanin and assuming that he had really great experience with the other matchups. But again, recently learning, he does not. He's got amazingly funny builds with Terran, and he's quite good at those builds, but I guess he's only got one type of cheese. You know, he's only got the Gouda. He doesn't have Swiss or cheddar or anything like that.
I'm a little surprised that Lillekanin didn't just try to end the game as quick as possible
What
with like a
the
T-Rex
fuck?
Reaper or something. What the hell did I do?
Sorry, what the hell did Riamar do? Why is there a website called isrifkinavampire.com? And when you go there, the only thing that loads is a text yes. What the fuck?
So good.
No.
So good.
That's it. You're fired, Riamar. Hang on, I'm reading this. Riamar, you're fired.
Riamar.
I put it in secret mod chat so he knows it's for serious too. Damn. Yesterday I word filtered vampire from chat, thinking that would solve all my problems, and then this bullshit happens.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. One day they'll think of something equally as obnoxious from me, you know?
Steve.
Maybe they'll start saying, like, is Zombie Gub a Republican? And I'm just gonna be like...
Wow, that sounded crazy loud. Like, I could see your camera, so I know it wasn't, but that was crazy loud.
That was the effect, then!
I was gonna just say Steve, though, right? Like, there you go. The end. Something equally obnoxious. Okay,
No.
scan to the main, by the way, does reveal that it is one base. Kills one of the Reapers, good start. For Lillekanin, I guess there is a little bit of danger. Like, a lot of his builds may be tailored specifically. Like, okay, I can only get ahead in the TvZ if I take that, you know, X gas or double gas build to take advantage of an early game aggression and then play macro after the point. I mean, he's always just played weird fucking games, but TvT, I would imagine and hope that he's got a good handle on things, because this is, again, one of his main matchups.
Yeah. As I was saying before, the whole Rifkin is a vampire thing.
Well then.
Huh? Oh, there you go. Okay, I thought you saw something else. Nothing. I was surprised that Lillekanin didn't end it early, knowing it was a TvT. But there is something to be said about your opponent having the ability to lie, and I'm sure one person at some point is going to go ahead and do that.
Wait.
Never trust anyone.
Why did you sound so cheeky just now? What did you do?
Nothing.
When I said wait, you made it seem like you got caught doing something, and then like were relieved that I was talking about the fusion core. What did you do?
No. No.
I'm not in Twitch chat right now. Don't make me go.
It's not in Twitch chat. Because it's nothing.
I don't like you today. I want Fair Dragon to cast with me.
Are you sure you want Fear Dragon to cast with you? You might want to check Twitter.
Oh. God damn it, what am I gonna find on Twitter? Son of a bitch! Why are you tweeting about the website?
It's Fear Dragon. I don't know.
Today is gonna be weird, and we got a battle cruiser zombie grub.
And totally random. Just like freaking Beast Vampire. Hey, you know what a battlecruiser beats?
Do you want a solo cast? This is how you solo cast. Do you want a solo cast? Yeah, actually, this is gonna be hilarious. The Banshee's gonna come across the map and expect like, there might be a Viking, but if I can dodge and weave, my cloak's almost off cooldown or almost finished, and it's just gonna be like, surprise, make it happen.
Supplies. Friend of supplies, 8.
An 8 on the supply scale.
You went border like, battlecruiser voice, but also somewhat vampire voice, Like,
I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm walking away. Goodbye.
You
Fuck
really
you.
did. This isn't about you being a vampire. It's about the sound effects. Anyway.
It's time we go. The battlecruiser just passed the Banshee.
It did. It just skirted on past.
I feel like FuriOus is about to embrace his name. Oh, there's a wind of mine though, but it's gonna miss. No, it's gonna hit. And there's so many Marines. This is not gonna work. Lillekanin's actually gonna lose his battlecruiser. This is so stupid.
What was it supposed to do?
He's going two more Stargates behind this.
Starports.
I don't.
I feel like you're looking at me right now. I can feel the face you're making.
Look, let's just focus on the game, all right? Crazy things are happening. You shouldn't be like this.
I'm sorry.
There's like that annoying thing you kind of talk about how you're like, I really hate when people tell me I should smile more, right? I'm just like, I'm like, you should stop being a dick more. Like, come
on. So we have mech coming up from Lillekanin. What a surprise!
And a third player spawning in the top left corner of the map. He's the pink Terran, FuriOus.
It's like Brute War.
How weird would that be, actually, if you could have someone, like, step into the match? Like, if you had a map set up where it's, like, a 1v1, but someone could join in at any point and start. But the only thing
Dude, it's like a tag team in, like, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Sure, but,
why
like...
do you do that?
Except Marvel vs. Capcom, you're not playing a slow economic game trying to catch up to everybody else.
Yeah, but whatever. But, like, what if you're doing, like, really poorly, right? And you both have, like, a life, but it's not a life. It's, like, a partner that, like, comes in with, like, all the pods from the Terran campaign come crashing down, and that's like your second life, and it's their time to like come back. Then the other guy has their second life.
I mean, that would actually be a tournament format that'd be fun, but I'm not sure how we can actually pull it off. We do have a pretty alarming attack on the way, but if Lillekanin's in position with a couple of siege tanks, this won't be too bad. Problem is, I don't think he's going to be in position with a couple of siege tanks. More battle cruisers are being made while this goes on, by the way. So that's a thing that's still happening.
Yeah, that is a thing.
I mean, okay, if these battle cruisers actually had, like, okay, like, let's play the hypothetical for a moment. It's not possible, but let's assume these actually had 3-level armor upgrades. Even then, they still wouldn't be that great versus Marines. And all anyone does in TvT is mass Marine tank. So I understand Lillekanin's going for this strange mech build that leads straight to air. But my question really is why?
Because he can. Because this way it's going to hold up the brackets. And we'll be waiting for him, and that's forced to cast him.
I'm so glad we got to see this. Because, again, the goal for today, to remind everybody in this random versus random tournament, was stupid games and bullshit builds. And, well, we've got one of those two things at least so far. Can we talk about this amazing wall, by the way? This is, like, the least Trump wall of all time. This would not keep a single Mexican out of this base.
No, this is what Trump's wall would look like. Like, he'd fuck it up somehow.
Zergling Pool Party just subscribed for 7 months in a row. Thank you so much. Big shout outs. Pool Party.
Totally. I didn't realize that combat shields wasn't done, so that does not help the Marine count at all. More walls. I hope he built a wall around his fourth.
I love that because the Lillekanin is playing this. So hear me out on this, guys. There's actually something amazing happening here. By accident. FuriOus is taking a lot of bases right now, and this is what Zerg players would do in the past. Oh, he's scanning around to see what's going on. This is what Zerg players used to do in HOTS to beat mech. You'd have to actually go mass base, you'd have crazy economy, and then you'd throw endless waves of units at your opponent and eventually beat that mech army just through like sheer force of determination. I kind of feel like by taking every base on the map and having the ability to mule and not need to make a bunch of SCVs, there could be a possibility FuriOus ends up with like 18 barracks on the field, all with reactors, just spamming Marines, and eventually whittling down Lillekanin's army.
Yeah. Yeah. He could also go into his own air war and probably win that too. Just go for your own starports, and you have 8 starports, they only have 3, and they're running out of money. You'll eventually win. And This would be scary if Lillekanin was going for the typical, like, you know, slow crawl up to a tank count, because FuriOus is spending a lot of money right now, not on army, you know? And this could have been a surprise push out by Lillekanin, and your FuriOus has done messed up, but it's not. It's battlecruisers, and it's gonna take forever for Lillekanin to actually be ready to push out. He's close to getting maxed, but I don't think he's gonna push out when he's maxed.
There's the behemoth reactor. You know what this says? This says I'm actually going to keep making more battle cruisers because that 25 energy is super worth it. It is worth noting he didn't go for Yamato cannon. So, yeah, these battle cruisers only have the option to teleport right now. Now, the instantaneous teleport is cool because it is just that instantaneous and you become invulnerable. So, unlike the mothership core recalling, you can't keep shooting at the battle cruiser. You can't kill it while it's mid-teleport. We do have mass Viking coming out of our opponent, too, while this goes on. Or not our opponent, out of his opponent. FuriOus. But
We're on Lillekanin's team.
I know. Well, I am. I actually am. But the weird thing about Vikings... here's the interaction that is so incredibly stupid, and this is why I really hate the design of Terran units sometimes. Vikings actually don't win against battlecruisers in a straight-up A-move versus A-move situation, especially because Yamato cannon will immediately remove, say, 12 or 13 of them from the field. The other part of it that's silly is they outrange a battlecruiser, but not in auto-attack mode. You have to actually kite actively with them to take no hits from the battlecruiser. So there's just a lot of ways a Viking is a really stupid and terrible unit, but necessary to the situation.
Blue Flame Hellion's getting a lot of work done here, but it's just like a lot of work if FuriOus wasn't on.
He found this by accident.
Centers.
He had no idea this was here. He could have just kept going in for the SCV kills. He was just running away from the Marines.
Even still, where Bio, please, where are you going? It's 8 command centers. It's 7 orbitals plus. Actually, no, there's no planetaries. Just 7 orbitals, just straight up.
Here's what I was talking about. Here's what I was talking about. He's got so much money. He could just spam a bajillion fucking Marines or Hellions or whatever he needs at a point. And 3-3 Bio will die to tank fire, absolutely. And even Blue Flame will tear it down a notch. But if the logic is you have a grand total of like 100,000 minerals more than your opponent by the end of this game, you can just throw wave after wave of Marines, and while they will die miserably, your opponent will eventually be worn down by them. It's the Zap Brannigan Killbot strategy.
Yeah, because FuriOus started producing
don't run
facilities.
Away from Blue Flame, man. You can't run Blue Flame. What are you doing?
Yeah, off to the left side too, there's less of a chance of him taking one really bad fight and simply losing all of his production. So that was pretty smart of him as well. You know, I suppose just making everything in his main.
Lillekanin, excuse you, you're making battlecruisers look good. Please stop.
No, he's not.
Oh, here we go. Here comes the Vikings. He's gonna teleport away instead of using Yamato cannon.
One guy.
I don't blame him though, because like you really do need as many battle cruisers as possible, and the problem is if you bleed out even like 2 or 3 here, that's like what 1,200 minerals and something like 900 gas. These are stupidly expensive units, so trading out a battle cruiser for 6 Vikings is not even really worth it.
I don't know what Lillekanin's plan is. He's getting a couple of cyclones.
It should be fairly obvious, son, because the plan revolves around battle cruisers.
To lose to Vikings, that's the plan.
Yeah, I don't know. Magfell Accelerator going to come down, so I'm starting to see this come together. He's going to have really fantastic ground to air in comparison to his opponent, because Magfell Accelerator is going to kill a Viking in less shots than a Stalker. So what, 3 shots to kill a Stalker? Probably 3 shots to kill a Viking? Something along those lines.
Hold on now. Hold on. We're about to get it. Hold on. What
are you talking about? It's so far from finishing. What the fuck?
Damn it. Just keep holding on.
Just keep the Vikings there for another minute. We'll find out. This engagement goes a little bit poorly thanks to the Marauders. Cyclone to the backside just chipping away at one of those Vikings. Viking landing looked like that either interrupted or it barely got out of range. I'm actually unsure. That might be a bug. I know that there used to be some very severe air interactions with Cyclones in the past, but I guess we're not going to find out just yet. Bio does tear down one of the factories. Kind of sucks losing a factory considering how gas expensive everything here is, but Yamato Cannon is done. He can just wipe those Vikings out. Not even going to be a chance. Oh my god, the obliteration.
Oh jeez. Hey, this is awkward. We have neighbors going on here. Bottom left.
Oh, yeah. There was a tournament cast by Maximus Black and friend Nova War, one of their like when cheese fails or something like that tournaments. I can't remember the name of them. My apologies. But this guy did like 12 Nexus before a gateway, and I watched that entire fucking like hour-long VOD, and that's all I can think about here, seeing all these command centers. Like that's obviously not what happened in this game, but jeez. What is happening?
Worried, though. FuriOus doesn't really have a bank. I mean, he's almost maxed out again, but
yeah, he spent so much money on all these extra command centers and production facilities. You're right. He actually doesn't have a bank to build the Marines he needs to.
This is worrying. This is
Abandoned ship.
This planetary going down is actually pretty important because Lillekanin needs this base and the other one that might go down too.
He actually can't recall with enough of these to get back home either, which is a bit scary. About half, maybe. So he's gonna lose two very important bases. He might resolve to say like, look, I'm at my max almost. Like, great, but he is still gonna need to remax at some point, resupply.
Receiving incoming transmission.
Oh, that was so weird.
That was really awkward. Yeah. Read that donation in a second. Thank you in advance to DJ Khaled. It's not really DJ Khaled. But yeah, he wins the Viking War pretty easily, despite losing some battle cruisers. But the problem is that dip in Lillekanin's supply is so hard to fix. I mean, 8 Vikings at a time is cool out of his opponent, but Lillekanin's building 1 battle cruiser at a time behind this.
Yeah, and while he might be thinking, great, I'm on top of his production, so this should be my game. There's a whole nother base for production. It was really important that FuriOus did this.
Oh no, he knows. He knows there's all those barracks up there, so I don't know why you would suicide for this.
He has no other choice. Like, what else can he do to try and get those barracks killed as well? He can't split up his army. That'd go really poorly. Lillekanin, I think, has lost this game, but we'll see, all right? The supplies are still good for Lillekanin.
I don't know what to say. I actually have no grasp on whether this is a win or lose for Lillekanin. He sent SCVs to the bottom left, anticipating to take a command center down here, but Rude Awakenings, I know purple and pink look alike. That's sadly not going to matter when it comes to mining. Now, I guess 8 Vikings at a time. All things considered, they're banked up, they're hidden. I think he is going to hold the top left of the map.
He would have had such a bigger bank if he didn't have all those extra command centers.
Now, Lillekanin does actually finally push back, by the way, with what little he had at home. That's the nice thing about mech. You don't have a lot of units, but a few units can do a lot.
FuriOus, he can't remake the army that we thought he could. His production is fine for once in a TvT.
He didn't make these in orbitals. He doesn't have about 11 orbitals like he should. He's only got a handful, and a lot of them are full energy. Does he not have these keep-out zombie group? He should be dropping the Mule Hammer of God right now and just mining out a base.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. I mean, Lillekanin attacked before he could make them all into orbitals, because again, he didn't have that much of a bank to begin with. But it's also just the fact that, like, you know, he overexpanded. He would have had at least 800 extra minerals. The 2 bottom left ones aren't really working out for him right now.
That's a ton of Vikings, but his Yamato's ready to go.
Oh,
you can't outrange a Yamato cannon.
Lillekanin is gonna do it. His army supply is too good. It's just too good.
There's no the Marines on the ground would normally be a little bit more of a threat if there was medevac support, but there's not. It's all Vikings. It's pure Vikings. So these Marines have no healing factor. They're just getting, oh my god, roasted. The laser beams are just roasting them.
He's gonna try and base trade?
He doesn't need to base trade. He's got bases back down. He's good.
No. I meant FuriOus. Oh. Because his Marines just being rallied to the south.
I think he's panicking, if I'm going to be completely honest with you.
So I don't know what to do. Ah!
I really do love what FuriOus did this game. And I think, like, there is some logic to be applied into why this almost worked. But the fact of the matter is, he didn't have that bank. Maybe this whole time, we didn't check, obviously, because we just assumed, but maybe he actually didn't have a bunch of his orbitals hotkeyed. So he was sitting around with a lot of these having 200 energy until this last minute when he realized, like, oh shit, I've got no SCVs. I gotta make do with what I got.
Yeah. A couple of Vikings gonna get Yamato here. Might as well just try and take down whatever battlecruisers you can. There's one weak one. Definitely try and get that. This is the last stand for FuriOus, who's given up trying to kill Lillekanin's command centers, and it's not going to work. GG!
He said good luck, so I'm assuming that's a 2-0?
May or may not be.
May or may not.